And the way we're going to do this so we can interact with you folks at home is it's going to be a pick a Funko Pop reading. I'm going to have you pick one of these fabulous gentlemen we love, and we're going to talk about your love life a little bit. Based on who you pick and you find in me right now, you were meant to. This is a timeless reading. I'm personally doing this on a Monday night, but if it finds you on a Saturday morning or a Sunday afternoon, it works just as well. You were meant to be here right now. And depending on what you pick, that should resonate with you. You were meant to find it. So let's go ahead and get started. I want you to have one of three choices here, and each one represents kind of a different kind of love, at least it does to me. The first choice I'm going to give you is Jack Torrance from The Shining. You know, he's a family man. He's about home, hearth, doing all that kind of good stuff. 2 kids, well, maybe 1, but how many he wants to have. This is just a metaphor. Cats in the yard, all that kind of good stuff. Or, got Pinhead. Pinhead, I'm not sure I'm talking about. He's all about, likes a little bit more leather than lace, isn't he? But you get what I mean. This guy's a little bit about kink, maybe the physical side of love, if you get what I'm saying. And then last but not least, we got our buddy Dracula here. This is your romantic, your red wine, red roses, and maybe a little red blood. You're ready to cross oceans of time to find the love of your life. Those are the 3 different types of love. So what I would like you to do is, whichever one of these gentlemen resonates with you tonight, pick one, and then down below, there should be a timestamp. Well, let's hope there is. If there's not, there's a problem. There's a timestamp correlating to each one of these. Pick that one, jump out over there, and we'll get your reading started. We'll tell you a little bit about the past. We'll tell you a little bit about the present. We'll tell you a little bit about your future and your love life. It's going to be exciting. So come on, I'll see you over there. Hello, my Jack Torrance people, my dark and lovely souls who have come to hang out with me this evening. Let me give you a little glimpse into your future, hopefully. Let's talk about what Jack Torrance says about you and your selection before we even get started, because I think that's really important. Home and family says a lot about a person. You probably got earth sign energy somewhere, either sun, moon, or rising. You don't have to, but I think that maybe you do. Those people typically like home and hearth. You're the kind of person who doesn't really want to go out on Friday night. You'd rather stay home with your partner and like bake cookies and watch Netflix and stuff like that. You might go out. You might be a popular person, but deep down, you're going out to find that person, to really connect with that person. So you don't really have to do it anymore. Your idea is maybe eventually get a couple kids, all that kind of good stuff. What's that song? I keep getting that in my head. Our house is a very fine house with 2 cats in the yard. Life used to be so hard. It's a good song if you haven't heard. That's you, right? That's what you want. You want a simple, just kind of a simple love, like a farmer love. You know what I mean? When I say farmer love, you know how farmers, they get married when they're like 16 and they meet each other at the hoedown dance with violins, and then they're together for 95 years and just had a happy life and 4,000 grandchildren and all that kind of stuff. That's that domestic love. That's that Jack Torrance love. It's not necessarily having a big family, but that's kind of part of it in a way. So now that we know who you are, family man, family gal, I'm having trouble talking tonight. We are going to pull your archetype card. Now, what is an archetype card? Archetype card is something I kind of like to pull in a reading. And a reading is basically, we're going to tell you a little play of your life right now, right? A little story. And you're the star of that story, of course. So this card kind of represents you as the star of the card. And I use the Tarot. It's wonderfully drawn. Its only disadvantage, as I say, is they only have major arcana. But I love these cards so much. And I like to think that you being the star of your reading should be in the major arcana. So we're going to pull this one card specifically. And this is going to give us an idea of who you are right now. This doesn't necessarily mean deep your soul or anything, but this is where you are at this point in your existence in regards with your love life. Ready? Who is that person? I'm excited. Justice. I'm going to tell you something that's a little funny. There's magic in the air tonight. I messed up when I first did this, and I restarted it because I just needed to. And the card I pulled was Justice. So it's Justice twice, so it's meant to be there. All right, so let me tell you a little bit about Justice. You're having trouble finding balance in your relationships. Either maybe you have a relationship right now, which maybe I'm getting a sense of, but it's not equal, it's not fair, and you're not happy in it. Or you're really trying to find that equilibrium between that home life and that family life. You're really trying to find this evenness, and it's really depending, because this is, again, a general reading. It'll apply to different people, but the energy is basically the same. You're looking for that home life and that balance, and that's what's driving you right now. You're either something else is out of control in your life or not there enough, and it's causing that balance to get back and go out. So we're going to pull a few cards to clarify that really quick, because I know that sounds weird, or maybe it doesn't. Maybe that's already resonating with you, but the sense that I get is, I don't know the best way to put this. Maybe you're working too much. Maybe you got a really good job. and like you just bought a brand new house or something like that, but yeah, you just don't have that partner. Or maybe like you're in a relationship and it's a good relationship, right? But you're missing something. Or maybe you guys have been together for like 20 years and you're fighting more than you're laughing anymore, but there's still that love bond. You know what I mean? When people have been together for whatever there is one part of your life is pulling down against the other part. And you're this justice card seeking this equilibrium, if that makes sense. So let's see what else is going on. Next, we're going to pull a couple oracle cards. And these are from the Season of the Witch. I hope I'm saying that right. If it's not, and you're the guys who made these cards, I apologize. I really like these cards. I've been using them a lot for my oracle, probably because I just like spooky gothic shit, but they're still pretty cool. So we're going to pull a couple, and we're going to see what this has to do with it. So we're going to bam, crystals and herbs, and the Banshee. Banshee's come up a lot in the past few readings that I've done. That's funny. I think I have a lot of mystical people that are attracted to me because the Banshee in this oracle card anyway has kind of, and even with crystals and herbs, crystals and herbs is telling me that so that you need, especially along with the witchiness, is I think maybe, and I'm sorry, I'm trying to really pick up because I'm getting the energy is that like you're really craving that home relationship, right? And it's just not there. It's just like this isn't so much pertaining to witchcraft. You have to kind of interpret cards as you see them. And what I see here is this lady's kind of hanging out at her house. Is basically what she's doing. She's got a garden. She's got a selection of crystals, and she's cooking. She's having a good time. She's at home. She's happy. The Banshee. Now I'm just again. This is my interpretation. This is the vibe I'm getting just based on the oracle cards. Banshee's a wailing fairy who's a little bit upset about life, and I'm not saying that you're wailing or anything like that. But what that says to me is it's radiating out just like because you don't have this home life that you're craving, this justice, this balance. And again, if you have the home life already, you know what I'm talking about. It's not right. It's not where it should be, and it's really kind of hurting. It's hurting a little bit. And let's see what's going on with that. So now you're craving the home life. You're craving stability in your relationship. You're either single and you're working too much. You got too much career. You got too much other stuff going on, and you don't have that person at home, or you do have that person at home, but it's not what it used to be, or it's not what it could be, and it's making you morose. It's making you an unhappy person. And you might even say to yourself, like, "Oh, that's not true. I'm a happy person," and stuff like that. But you know, you're talking to me like, well, you're not even talking to me. But I'm talking to you right now. I'm going to ask you, are you being honest with yourself right now? Are you? Or is that missing for you? Do you think that things are where they should be? If that makes sense. Let's see what else we got. Let's pull some tarot cards. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We didn't even look at some pulling. Let's see what we got. Okay. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. And that's... Okay, so these are actually really pretty good, decent cards. So first, we've got the Two of Cups, which is wonderful because I got better lighting for this. Sorry, guys. That's the Lovers. That's pretty decent right off. And then we got the Three of Pentacles, and that's about like creative, making some money, creative success. Then we have the Ten of Pentacles upside down. This is a very happy home life. And it's a very materialistic home life, too. This goes along with the earth energy. When I say materialistic, you know what? Let's stop for a second and talk about materialism, because I think this is just like a fun thing to talk about. Like, fuck it if you're materialistic. It's nice to have nice things. And if somebody says otherwise, well, fucking A. If there's like some Christian pastor out there who's like, you know, if you have 2 coats, give away. Ask how many he has fucking has. People, like, it's all right to crave material comfort. It's all right to be like a hobbit in his hole, having his, you know, a pipe and like salted pork or whatever. Watch Lord of the Rings too much. But it's okay to be materialistic. It's all right to have a happy home that's full of cool shit. There's nothing to be it's not altruistic, but not everybody needs to be fucking altruistic. And honestly, if you have that earth sign energy, you might not be that altruistic to begin with. It doesn't mean you're not a nice person. It just means you like nice things. Anyway, I don't like when people think you don't, if you have a happy life that's based on the fact that maybe you're wealthy or that you have a bunch of stuff in it, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad one. It's just you're happy for different reasons versus like a monk who's sitting and meditating at the top of a mountain. I don't know if that's the best analogy, but I just got this vibe that you might feel guilty about that when you hear that. I don't fucking feel guilty about it. It's fine to have. It's fine. It's fine. Go get a mink coat. if you're a girl or a guy or whatever, however you want to be, I just get big one with like a Dr. Seuss hat. Just kidding, not kidding, but just be happy. And like if you have a house that's full of nice stuff and material comfort, and you and your partner really enjoy that, you have a big screen TV and a big fluffy couch and stuff like that, and we'll get to that in the cards. It's okay. It's awesome. Then we got Temperance upside down, and all right. So let's start over here. So this is kind of cool either if you are single right now and looking, or you're with somebody, you really have the potential to have this relationship. Either that person you're with right now, you guys have just hit a bad road, or somebody's actually in your life right now as we're speaking. And it might be somebody you see on social media. It might be somebody that you work with. I'm not that psychic. It might be, and again, this is a general reading, it might be a bunch of different people, but someone is interested in you already, and they want to kind of have that love energy. And if, like I said, if you're already in a relationship with your partner, you might think he doesn't love me, she doesn't love me, they don't love me anymore. You're wrong. They do. It's just life is like a fucking roller coaster. It goes up and down and stuff, right? So anyway, let's not worry about that. Then here we come back. Remember I said you're worried about your career? And maybe your partner, if you guys are together, career is a problem. Because see, here's the Three of Pentacles. This is all about like building stuff, right? And this ties into this again. I think this all comes back with justice. This is pretty cool. And I'm going to ask you guys, because when I do this like this, I have to just trust the cards and my vibe. It's very weird. It's different than like reading for somebody in person. So comment below if this struck it. Like, I would really appreciate it. Like, yeah, that made sense to me. The Jack Torrance reading really hit. Because like I see up here, remember I said justice and balance? So here we're making money. Next time, guys, I'll have better lighting. Like I said, by my 10th episode, I should have this down. You're making money. You got a good relationship, right? Okay. So, but one of them's out of whack, and it's causing problems. It's making you more risk because you don't have this like happy love life because there's money that has to do with it. But you can come over here, and the 10 of Pentacles when it's upright is everything is really kind of good, or could be good, especially materialistic. Like you're not poor or anything right now. But it could be better. There could be some emotion into it, and it's upside down. That makes that even a little bit worse. And see what I mean? It's like maybe somebody's working too much, and it's a good thing because it's brought in some extra money, and everybody's like doing well and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's also kind of like a bad thing because, maybe you're not being paid attention to, or you're working so much you don't have time to pay attention to people in your relationships and stuff, and things like that. And that comes back to Temperance, which is also about time and being patient and how you manage it. And that's really what that is. Temperance is about balance more than anything, in my opinion. And when it's upside down, that means something's out of balance. So the cards all reaffirm to me right now. You're not a happy camper because you're out of balance. You have too much work, or your partner has too much work, and there's not enough home. If you're single, you don't want to be single anymore. And trust me, I've been there myself. Is you just like, I just want somebody that I can wear pajamas with. Right. I know it's like that Lady Gaga song. I don't want to do it again. You just want to be comfortable and have that domestic like partnership in your life, right? I get it. But it's not working for you right now. There's something that's off in it, and it has, well, you know what? Let's pull 3 more cards. I think that'll do it, and then we'll be able to get a clear picture, and I give you guys a little bit of advice. What do they need to do? Deviant movement. Deviant movement is not a word. Deviant moon deck. What do they need to do? What do they need to see? What do I need to see? Give these folks a little bit of guidance. We'll go 1, 2, and 3. Okay. That's pretty cool. All right, so we come back to the blockage of the Two of Wands. Two of Wands, and this card is not its traditional drawing of the Two of Wands. But basically the Two of Wands in a lot of ways is about you're on the journey, you're about ready to start, but don't forget what you haven't seen. And I think you're not seeing it because the 9 of Swords represents worry. Like you're worried about your life and like your relationship. And I'm going to come back because this can be one of 2 ways. Again, you could be in a relationship or you could be single. And the reading's very different depending on which way that is for the person that's I'm talking to right now. And then it comes to the Emperor, which, okay, so your relationship, if you're in one, isn't as bad as you thought it was. You can work on it. You can make it better. Both of you guys can. If you're single right now, there's someone who's just right there. You're just right there, just waiting for you to talk to them and get that ball rolling. You know who this person is. I think you do. And if you don't, stop and think about it. Because if you do, it should be pretty apparent. And because right now you're worried about other stuff, and that's keeping you from seeing this person. See, the Two of Wands is all about moving forward, but not forgetting what you left behind. And when thinking about it, and the vibe I'm getting is that relationship you want, you don't have to go find it. It's pretty much right there. You just got to acknowledge it. But you're like either so worried about it, or like you think that maybe you're not good enough, or they're not good enough, or maybe you'll never find anybody. There's a million reasons why to be worried about something, right? A million reasons to keep you up at night. Trust me, I know more about it than most people. But when you stop that, right, you've got the Emperor, and this is this person. And this comes back to this card again, the Ten of Pentacles. And again, guys, my camera setup wasn't the best today. Forgive me. You know what I could do to probably make it better, though, is I could probably switch this out. And you guys could actually see the cards rather than looking at me. We have the technology. We're going to get better. We're going to get better. Ten of Pentacles. And thank you guys for bearing with me. Again, I'm new to the YouTube thing. I forget that I can switch cameras and make this look better. So the Ten of Pentacles is all about financial. Remember I said you guys get wealthy, you're happy at home. Here we've got this Emperor figure. And the Emperor is a masculine card. But masculine doesn't necessarily mean it's a dude. It can be a lady. It can be however that person happens to identify to be. But they have a masculine energy about them, probably like an Aries, it's fire, Sagittarius, Leo, lion people. Lion people, led by Lion-O. They've got the Thundercats. Anyway, sorry. Emperor's like, you're going to do all right. You know, either maybe like your partner right now doesn't do bad. They're working a lot. Cut them some slack on that one because you guys are doing all right for it. You know, and maybe, I don't know, like if you're a stay-at-home husband or a stay-at-home wife and your partner's been working a lot and, you know, maybe you feel neglected, I'm getting a real strong vibe. Throw a little bit something back into them. Like make them lunch one day or something like that. It'll come back to you like sevenfold. I really mean that. That's the vibe I'm getting. And then the other thing is if you're single right now and looking for somebody, who that person you suspect is the person that maybe is crushing on you, or that's you just, like I said, if you think about it, I think you're going to know who this person is. That you could work with them, you could go to school with them, they could be on social media. Like I said, a lot of different people are going to watch this, so it's going to resonate with different people in different ways. But there should be some energy you're feeling right now. To verify that energy, do something nice for that person. It'll come back to you in a really strong way, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Because when you do, and I'm going to pull another card just to be sure. Yeah. Well, yeah. All right. Again, this person works a lot, or you work a lot, and you're all about money and stuff like that. But if you take time out from that, and not about money, I don't want to say that. Maybe some people are. You're about comfort. You want to make sure, and comfort and also like security, especially because you're domestically oriented, especially if you have children. You want to make sure your children are comfortable and they have a happy home and all that kind of good stuff. Materialistic is, again, not a bad thing. That's just a thing, right? People feel differently about different things. Earth signs typically are more materialistic, and not that you happen to have to be an earth sign, but at this point. Anyway, you're always going to have issues, like not issues, but you're going to have where you need to balance the life you're working towards versus the kind of home life that you crave. This is just that classic thing. You're either working too much or you're not at home enough. If your husband or your woman is working a lot and they're not at home, I would step up your game a little bit because maybe they're tired. Even if you feel neglected, that's gonna like water the seeds of love or something corny like that, right? If you're not with somebody right now and you're kind of feeling that vibe, there is someone in your life right now. Again, you should know this person if you think about it. Do something nice for them and it'll come back and you'll know that's that person. They won't like jump down to their knees and go, I love you and we should get married and spend the rest of our lives together. But they're going to you're going to see something in them and it's going to make you happy. You're going to like the way you look. And that's really what that is. So life is about balancing and making sure that you realize what needs to be done to be balanced and not get too carried away in the material to forget the love equation. That either one, you're missing what's right in front of you because you're too focused on your job or your hobbies or something materialistic that you don't see the love that you're missing. Or two, that either the person you're with is really just, they're busting their hump all day, or maybe you are, And they're just, you got to water that love seed. And that's why it feels empty right now. It doesn't necessarily mean they're a bad person or anything like that. It just means like, I used to tell a friend of mine that people are like plants. You have to water them. Friendships are like the same thing. And in relationships, you have to water it to make it grow. If you didn't water your plant would die, right? If you don't water your relationship will die. It's the same thing. Water your relationship if you're in one, especially if you feel like that guy's a son of a bitch, but I still love him. That means you just still love him and you're a bad batch, and more people should water their relationships. I hope that helps you. That's where you're at right now. It's kind of a neutral reading, really. There's somebody around you if you're single right now. That's the person that you can just build that Shire Hobbiton home with. You're going to be sitting there smoking your hobbit weed with your feet and all that kind of good stuff. It's going to be wonderful. It's going to be a very homey, happy life. That person's in your life. If you're already in a relationship and it's just kind of broken and you're not broken, it's rocky or wherever it is right now, it's not broken. It's just bent, like the Pink song or whatever, and just water it a little bit, work on it, and you'll be amazed what happens. All right, my Jack Torrance folks, I hope that did something for you. It resonated for you. If it did, please comment, like, and share would be wonderful. I would just be ecstatic. And if you really like to, check out my, I do a lot of my stuff on Facebook right now at Dysfunctional Enlightenment, and I also have my YouTube channel as Dysfunctional Enlightenment too, and I think I'm really the only Dysfunctional Enlightenment. I'm pretty easy to find. Or you can find me at Lenny Graves on Facebook too, or the Lenny Graves on Instagram. I do tarot card readings, and I talk about like weird wizard stuff and all that kind of good stuff too. And I post a lot of stupid memes on Facebook. Anyway, I hope you guys have a really, really awesome evening. I hope that did do something for you, and I'm going to say goodbye, and I'm going to talk to these weirdos who like Pinhead and Count Dracula. Take it easy, guys. Hello, my Pinhead people. I like you guys. I like you guys a lot. Dirty-minded people. You had all those choices, and you went black leather and head spikes, and that's why I love you, my dark and lovely soul. Today, I am going to tell you all about your love life. We're to see what's up. We're going to find that Mr. or Mrs. Hanky Panky out there that you're looking for, because unlike our friend Jack Torrance or our buddy Count Dracula, you don't care about going home so much. You don't care about getting flowers so much. What you care about, you dirty dog. All right, so let's go ahead, and first card we're going to pull is from the Terror deck. That's a tongue twister. Say it home a couple times. Terror. I'm going to pull what I like to call your archetype card. In my readings, basically, and I guess you guys don't really need to see my mug anymore. Put the cards up. In my readings, basically, I use this deck because it's only major arcana cards, but I'm telling a story about your life, right? I'm giving you a little bit of what's going on right now with your love life, and you're the star of that story, and let's see what character you're playing tonight. Are you ready? I'm ready. And we're going to Strength upside down. That is a unusual card. I'm going to have to think about that in relationship to kinkiness. There is, I think maybe you're having some loneliness issues because you don't got the confidence, senorita. Is you got a lot of sensual energy floating around in there, don't you? You got a lot of desires between you and me and the camera and everybody on the internet right now. You don't need to talk to it. You can shout it out to your TV. I'll hear you across. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing with the strength is you're not letting that out, right? You're looking for something, but you're not doing what you need to do, if that makes sense. I've got to pull some more cards, but that's immediately what I'm getting there is, you know, you're a hot person. You don't think you are, but you are. Or if you think you're hot, you're even a little bit hotter than you think you are. That's how hot you are. You're a fire person. You might even be a fire sign. I don't know for certain. You could be a Leo. Just because cards, traditional. I don't particularly get that vibe, but maybe a little fire energy though, for sure. Because like I said, you're smoking hot. You're on fire. People are more attracted to you than you think. Because you don't think so, that dulls your glow. That brings it down a little bit. But let's pull a couple oracle cards and see what else we got here. We got that oracle card. I have it ready. Yeah, we got that oracle card. So we got the frog. Oh yeah, and we got rooted. All right, let me show you those really quick. So frog. Now this card, and again, I got to get better lighting. I'm not going to worry about this is the words. This card always comes up, and it's amazing to me. This is a card about transition. I don't care what the deck says it is. This is this card to me. Because this little frog here is looking out the window, and he's like, I don't fucking like where I am. I want to go do something else with my life. I just don't really care for it. And this lady's like, hey, what are you doing, frog? And he's like, oh, it's a rainy day. It's not, but he doesn't want to be there. And I'm not even saying where he is in a bad place, but you could be somewhere else, right? And then the other oracle card I brought is rooted. And this is because you either be trapped in the town you're in, you can be trapped in your own beliefs about yourself, which I think is probably more appropriate to what I'm feeling here because it goes along with this. So again, you, my dear, my sir, whoever you might be, are a Cenobite in training, right? You're down and dirty. You make that dude from 50 Shades of Grey look blushy, but you don't believe that about yourself. You don't think you're pretty enough for it. You don't have the confidence, or maybe somebody's rejected you lately or something like that. And it's really keeping you away from the energy that where you need to be, right? Like you need to be out there, right? You need to be getting out there. And if you're in a relationship, and I don't really get that strong vibe from a lot of people that are going to be in a relationship right now. I don't get that from the Pinhead vibe. I think a lot of you guys are single, but there might be a couple. This is a reading, general reading, right? If you're in a relationship, like for lack of a better term, vanilla in the bedroom, right? If you're in a relationship and maybe you want a little rocky road, you want a little Napolitano. No, that's not what that's called. It's chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry and everything. You guys know what I'm talking about. You want some chocolate. You want something in your eye. You just don't want regular ice cream anymore. It's bland. You don't want the missionary flavored ice cream. You want some different kind of ice cream. And you're kind of not like pursuing that. Maybe you're afraid that you think your partner will think you're weird. And if they do, they're not a good partner for you. I think, again, I got a lot more single folks vibes on Pinhead over here. So I think this is really just exploring yourself and being confident in your own look and your own sexuality will really change it. But let's pull some tarot cards to clarify that. Maybe you are. Maybe you already are. Maybe you already got like some leather hip boots and a cat o' nine tails and everything else. Well, we're going to take that card because it flew right out. And we're going to go that. We're going to go that. We're going to go that. Oh! Okay. Okay. Sometimes it takes me a minute to interpret the cards because this is not what I expected. The cards shock me sometimes. So we've got the Nine of Pentacles, which is actually a pretty good card. It's about wish fulfillment, but it's upside down, so there's a catch. We've got the Four of Cups. Ooh, this is about, and it's upside down, so it makes it even a little bit worse. This is about I'm trying to think of the right word. This is about I'm looking at the wrong card, which is why my mind broke. I apologize. I'm not perfect. I'm sorry. Four of Cups. This is about like you have a bunch, but you're thinking about what you lost, right? And especially it's upside down. So let's keep that in mind with the Pentacles reversed, okay? And then we're going to look over here, and then we have the Five of Cups, which is just unhappiness. But over here we have the King of Wands. So remember I said how you don't have confidence in yourself? That's the trick, isn't it? You have everything you need, but you don't think you do. That's the catch. Like, you got it, sister or brother. You shake your moneymaker and people will come around, even if you're in a relationship. You just, you like Olivia Newton-John, where she comes up to John Travolta at the end of Grease. She's like, hey, stud. That you do that because you've got it, but you don't think you do. Like, here's the thing, too, and this is what I get with these two things, is like, this is the catch, because you got everything, but there's a catch to it. And the catch that you think it is like, so let's say that, like you think that you have, like if you're a lady and you think you have like, well, this is an adult thing. You have like great boobs, right? But you think your butt is horrible or whatever. You won't think for a second that somebody might be focused on your chest rather than your rear part. So you don't see you're pretty. You just see your flaw. Just like if you're a dude, you might think you got a pot belly or you're balding, but you might not see the fact that you got like a good set of shoulders, or I don't know what girls find attractive, guys. But you get where I'm saying with that is like, you would be more confident if you saw the beauty in yourself versus the flaws. And I do this myself. I do this absolutely myself. So I get it. And there's no judgment there. That's just what I think that is. And it really it makes you unhappy. And that's a really crying shame, because the card says you got the King of Wands right there. The King of Wands is like, the King of Wands is the best of the suits, and I'm an air sign, so that makes me mad. I'm partial to sword energy, but the King of Wands is like the best, right? He's like got the best energy in the suit, and he's positive, he's victorious. It's a card of victory. It's a card of shining. And look at the people on the card here real quick. I just moved out. I'll come back in. There we go. Look at how they're all gathering around and they're like, yeah, the King of Wands kicks ass, right? That's who you should be. But you don't let yourself. Why would you let yourself? You're too worried about being upset about what's wrong with you rather than what's not, right? Like, what's great about you. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to say that in a mean way. I do a little bit because I want you to really get this, is that you think worse of yourself than you actually are, right? You don't see the beauty in yourself. You're looking at the flaws. And this keeps you from being this real seductive person, right? This like really vamp. Is that a good word? Seductress? I don't know, like a seductress, seductor. If you're incubi, succubi energy, right? Like you can do that. You can be a Cenobite. You get a leather robe and look pretty awesome. I'm gonna lie about it. But you wouldn't think so because you look at your flaws, you don't look at your good. Does that make sense? And it keeps you from being as sensual as you could be. So that's kind of where you are, but let's see what we can do about that. Let's see what's going to happen here and what we can do now that we know that. What we can kind of do to manifest that relationship, to pull us out of our shell, to find that romantic partner that's going to be just like I said, just a really intense relationship, an intense physical relationship vibe is what we're talking about, right? So we're gonna go strange indeed. All right. So we've got the 6 of Cups. We've got the 8 of Cups. And then we've got the 6 of Pentacles upside down on the block, and I'm going to put a clarifier on that. Okay. So this is actually kind of some good news, but you got to work on it, right? I want to flip over so you can see my lovely face. So the 6 Cups is all about like childhood and maybe when you were younger or younger days and were happier, right? Maybe when you were younger, you felt better about yourself. And also, if you look at the picture on this card, it's a puppet show, and there's a bunch of people like adoring the puppets. Kind of remember like your youth, like your vibrancy. Not sure, like I don't think that you're an old person per se. You might be like 18 listening to this reading. It's still, you were more confident when you were younger. It doesn't matter how old you are now, right? Try to grow back to that and grab some of that old style, right? Just let it go. Because people are going to be really attracted to that style. And you kind of maybe walk in the line on that. And I kind of do that myself. Like maybe like I'm too old to be wearing that, or I shouldn't be doing that, or that doesn't work for me. And you don't need to do that. You need to stop doing that. You make that decision. You either need to go be like Betty Crocker or Morticia Adams, and if you're a dude, you need, I don't know, the dude equivalent of that. That's what you need to be doing, right? So you make that choice. And when you make that choice, I think it's going to like a block to a partner who also happens to be, well, yeah. Okay, so here, let me pull that so you can see that better. We have the 6 of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. I believe that new love would be coming into your life should you do this. And this person probably has some money. It's just an added bonus. Maybe if you're, this is the vibe I get because you dirty Hellraiser people. Maybe if you're into kink, like you're going to find that sugar daddy, that dom or sugar mama or whatever, right? And they're going to come into your life pretty quick, and they're going to unlock, because right now I think maybe you're not, they're going to make your life more wealthy. And then they're going to just the tower, they're going to shake your whole world up. They're going to rock you to their core. They're going to get, again, I get that real sensual vibe. Sorry, that's just what the reading's telling me. Again, this is for adults. They're going to make your legs shake, right? If you get what I'm saying. And it's really got this Knight of Wands energy. It's just going to open it. You're just going to like, this is what, like that shy person, this person's going to help you. It's really like the stupid 50 Shades of Grey book. If you like that book, I'm sorry. That's cool. I guess you could do that if you want to read the movie or whatever. But I think you're going to find somebody who really like, they're going to pull that out of you. They're going to bring that out. If you're in a relationship, I don't know how that works for certain. That's maybe like, maybe you think your partner is like real square in bed and you're afraid to like ask him a question or do something with them. And if you do, you'll find out, oh no, that's not the case at all. They thought that about you. Right. And again, though, I get a lot more strong single vibe. I think there's more single folk white. But if you happen to be in a relationship and watching that, you might want to like go down to like the, you know, the adult store, right? And get like a game or maybe an outfit or something like that and just surprise somebody and you'll be surprised what happens there. If you're single, project that confidence. Look back to your past, your old styles, where you felt more confident about yourself and grab hold of that. Don't let yourself hold yourself back because I really think you are from, like, again, being this vamp, this seductress, this succubus, or the male equivalent, or anything in between. However you want to express your sexuality, but you have a seductive vibe. You just won't let yourself have it. And it's a shame because you have all like this, you know, that seductive vibe was given to you for a reason because you have all this like really sensual energy that you want to get out, right? And if you kind of let that go about yourself, you'll get it out. You'll get it out, and it'll be awesome. And you'll find that you're more confident and just across the board in your strength, and you're gonna like yourself more, and that's gonna pull that confidence out. And because you're fulfilling your carnal self more, you're gonna have like this glow about you. And it's no matter if you're a relationship or single, you just trust me, and people are gonna flock to it, and your partner's gonna really wake up to it, and there'd be sparks of flying and fireworks and all that wand energy. And, you know, wands are kind of representative. So expect good times to come in, literally quite a bit and often, because that's going to be there. But to let that happen, you really got to let that energy go, right? Like you've got to embrace your more sensual self and open up a little bit. I hope that resonated with you. If it did, comment down below, you dirty son of a bitch. Thank you for reading my cards or something like that. No, seriously, let me know if this reading worked for you because it'll make me do some other ones. It's kind of hard to tell with the cards. You just get vibes and stuff like that. If you really liked it and you're like, wow, that was cool, I would really ask you to like, maybe share it. And if you'd like, follow me at Dysfunctional Enlightenment at Facebook or YouTube, or you can even look me up at Facebook at Lenny Graves. And I think that's all I have. Guys, go out there and do some, get wild. Get wild. Go buy an outfit. Go make yourself dandied up, like, you know, gussied up and pretty, and get out there. And I guarantee you, the gals or the guys or whatever you're looking to find are going to be coming running towards you. But that's all I got for you tonight, guys. That was a little on the shorter, guys. You guys just need to work on yourself. I don't got a lot for you. The first reading was a little bit longer. You guys don't got many problems. You guys know what you want. And I'm telling you, you got all the tools to get it. So go out there and get it and comment below and say, hey, Lenny Graves, I went out there and got it, and I got it good with a little fire emoji next to it, and we'll know what we meant. We'll know. Anyway, guys, seriously, have a great evening. Like, share, all that kind of good stuff. Thanks, guys. And last but not least, after the ocean of time it took to get through the first tarot card reading, don't we all love that line? It's just been Halloween. That's when I did these readings. And again, this is timeless. It doesn't matter where you see it, it'll work for you. But I love Halloween because we get all the Bram Stoker Dracula memes, and that's one of my favorite movies. And that's one of the coolest lines in that movie. I do love the Pinhead folk. I'm not much of a Jack Torrance fan myself, to be honest with you. But I think even more than Pinhead, I'm all about Count Dracula. Deep down, I got that Scorpio moon energy. I'm a romantic. And you are too. Maybe you don't have Scorpio energy. Maybe you do. You probably have some water energy, either a sun, moon, or rising, because you feel too much. You've got that whole kind of thing going for you, right? So let's find out if you've got a great romance coming in your life, or maybe you're already in a great romance and you just forgot that you were. First, what we're going to pull is a card from the Tarot deck. I've been having trouble saying that tonight. That was probably my best attempt so far. This is, I like to call this an archetype card. And when I'm doing your reading, it's like a little play on your life, right? It's a little story we're going to tell so you can get some guidance. And you're the star of it. And this card is basically the role you play. And there's only major arcana cards in here. And I'm not going to use I will use reversals to see what we do on the first one. So let's spin that. let's give it one more shuffle. I don't know why I feel like I should shuffle so much. It's just I'm in such good company with you Dracula folk. I don't want the moment to end. All right. Ready, steady, go. Who are you tonight? You're the star. Well, you guys can just turn it off now if you want. Just give me a like and subscribe or whatever, because you're going to be happy. If you've been looking for love in all the wrong places, it's a song if you don't know. Star's a lot about wish fulfillment. And that's such a good sign, especially with the water energy of the star and this card in particular. And here, let me actually make the cards big, sorry. And this card in particular, it's just got such a beautiful vibe. And you're about to have such a beautiful thing just because you're. Do you ever seen Stars Born? You're going to have a magical, you lucky person. And I haven't even pulled the rest of your cards yet. Let's see. That's the star energy. There's lots of water, lots of love, lots of wish fulfillment, lots of fairy tale. It's a good pull. That's a good card pull right off. It's a good night. Tonight is right for love. We got it. But let's see what else we're going to pull. A couple cards from the Season of the Witch oracle cards. I really enjoy these cards. I think they're called Seasons of the Witch. If they're not, forgive me. Man, who made these awesome oracle cards, and I'll do the correction in the comments, or better yet, comment below and say, hey, Lenny Graves. They're actually called Season. They're called Season of the Witch. So we got the spider in the underworld. Well, that drastically turned on us, didn't it? Spider, what a wild web we weave. Can't talk, dear child. A delicious mystery untamed. Ooh, I like that. And then the underworld. Hand over your known. A shift is near. Take a leap. Your journey is clear. Oh, how lovely. I get it. So this should make you happy. If you feel like something's been missing in your life, or like you like your soulmate's close or whatever, or even if you're in a relationship and you feel like really close to who you're with, it's because in the ethereal, in the astral realm, in your dreams, whatever you want to call it, in the place that's not here, or it is here, it's just a different vibration, you and this person are together. And you've been together probably before. This isn't the first life you guys have been together. The spider, it's a web that goes out just across creation and time. And in the shadows between the light and the waking world and stuff like that, you guys like rendezvous and see each other and stuff like that. And your spirits, because the spirit and the body, they want to find, like everything in nature is duality. It's positive and negative. It's positive and negative. It's light and dark. It's male and female. It's good and evil. And your shadow selves, spirit selves, however you want to call that, have found each other and they see each other, but because you haven't really connected it that way in the physical world, and even if you're in a relationship, you need to open that connection, because maybe you're in, oh God, I don't like when I do this in tarot card. Maybe you're not in a relationship with the best person, or you're not expressing that because there's a deeper level of connection in your life that you need to open yourself up to, because you have it already in the astral or in the ethereal, whichever term. I like to use astral term for a more like cerebral spiritual existence, and the ethereal is more of a primal. I'll do a video about that someday. Anyway, it's not this world, it's not this vibration, it's the next. It's across the veil. So let's pull some cards and let's get some clarification, because I think like this is like some soulmate stuff going on. But you knew that when you picked Dracula, right? Because that's what you were looking for, and your heart knows, your gut knows what you want. But it can tell you what you want, but you know what you want. And so when you picked, I swear I'm going to beat my cat. When you picked, hold on just a second. It should be fine. He's a good cat. Here we go. Let's see what we got. We've got a lot of blockage on our journey, don't we? Let's see what we've got here. Ooh. So we've got the Three of Wands upside down, right? We got Judgment upside down, right? We got the Four of Cups upside down, right? And then we got the Nine of Pentacles upside down. You got so much blockage from keeping you from being where you want to be. Three of Pentacles is you can be whatever you want. You can this is about love. So I'm going to keep it just to love. This romance is not hard for you. It's meant to be. It's right in front of you. You're not seeing it because you're holding back the proper judgment regarding it. And it's not necessarily that it's a horrible thing that's happening in your judgment, but it's just yeah. And I think it has to do with like maybe you broke up with somebody and you're talking to somebody new, but you're still worried about the person you broke up with or something like that. Because the Four of Cups is about you don't see what you got for what you lost, right? Or maybe you have an old relationship and you've really just become kind of sour person. You don't think you are because you go home at night and cry and you watch romance movies and stuff like that. But you've been hurt, so you kind of shut yourself off to people. And that's the trick, isn't it? And that's why this card's upside down. The Nine of Pentacles is you could be happy, but the catch, and I think the catch is maybe you got to open yourself up to love if you really want love. If you've been hurt because you've opened yourself up to love in the past, hey, we got it. We got an armband and a jacket and a whole thing, and I've had my heart broken club. And I don't mean that in a mean way. I mean that is I've been there myself. But sometimes you got to let that go, because if you're bitter or morose or you keep preconceived judgments on people, you might not see the person that's standing right before you that romance is, right? Because maybe you think they're too good for you, or they're not good enough for you, or that I don't really get that vibe. What I get is don't let anything in the past sour you to the present, right? Or the possible future. Let's pull a few more cards and see what's up. Whoa. Yeah, boy, those guys jumped right out. I'll take that. Okay, so again, I see a lot of blockage keeping you from being happy. You got the Seven of Cups upside down. You got the Five of Pentacles upside down, which is some financial or materialistic woes, and I think maybe I get where that is. And then you've got the Ten of Pentacles, which is just really a happy home. It's really good times for everybody. What I'm getting here is maybe in the past, like, and I'm going to make myself big again because I want to talk to you. I'm going to tell you a story about my life. When I was 19 years old, I did something that me and my friends say you probably shouldn't do. Is I married a Denny's waitress who worked on the graveyard shift. My buddy did too, right? And both of those marriages ended up like kind of poor. So we always joke that's probably not the best thing to do. And I'm kidding if you happen to be a Denny's graveyard waitress. I'm sure just the one that I happen to marry. But my relationship didn't work out, right? It was just it didn't, and she left, and it broke my heart, right? And for like years afterwards, I was really morose about it, and it didn't really help me. And it caused me to have. And when she left me, she took like all her stuff, and just that was it. And I had to basically restart my life, and it made me bitter and unhappy for a couple years, to be honest with you. And then eventually I met somebody else, and I realized I was silly and I was young and stuff like that. And that's why I'm telling you this is I've had that happen to me. Is you can really be in love with somebody and think that you're going to live the fairy tale, and nah. The creator, spirit, God, we're going to go, no, we're going to knock you down a little bit. We're going to teach you a lesson in this life, right? We're going to break your heart a little bit so later on you can really appreciate what it is. That's what I like to think, is that you can't really have a good relationship unless if you've had a bad relationship. And if you ever look at people, sometimes people who are single way later in life, when they find a relationship, those relationships they find to be really maybe fulfilling, because they realize how valuable another person that they can click with is. Sometimes we always don't. Like maybe the person that you were with that burned you really bad, that hurt you. Because what I get from this is maybe back in the day or a while ago, or time as the spirit doesn't. You had a relationship that really wasn't so good, and it wasn't good emotionally, and it maybe wiped you out financially, and you had to come back from that. But Spirit's telling me with this card is that it doesn't have to be that way. And you know what? Yeah, because here you got the strength. Like, you can do that stuff fine. You're a strong person. And even if you had another bad relationship, you would still be a strong person, because here, when I'm using the cards, is you can take what you need now and move on. This was your relationship. This relationship that fucked with you a long time ago, sorry, black decorum tonight, you took what you needed from it and you moved on. You don't need to worry about it anymore. And you're strong, right? And when you do this, when you let go of the bad in your past, the poison thoughts that you have about the past, right? And either it's discoloring the relationship you have, or it's It's keeping you from finding the relationship you deserve. You need to let go of the past to get into the future, right? You just got to. Because if you keep looking backwards, you're going to keep tripping when you're going forwards. I'm trying to be metaphysically cool. I'm not the guy who sits on the mountain giving out sage advice, right? That's not me. But to the extent you've got to do that is you're strong enough, and your heart got hurt, and I get it because my heart's been hurt. People can really, emotional pain's worse than physical pain. It's true. I blew my elbow out once lifting weights, and it just boom, it all swelled up and hurt like son of a bitch. But it's not the same as getting left, right? Or having somebody pass away, or emotional pain hurts. You've had some emotional pain hurt you, but see, here's the thing: your potential is the star card. That you can have this really great relationship. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a few more cards to tell you about the relationship you can have if you want to let this go. Because I don't want you to come away with this like, well, thanks for telling me that. I knew that. No, the thing is the relationship is there waiting for you. You just kind of, this is really, and maybe I'm wrong. This is just a general online reading. But the sense I get is like, you're being your own worst enemy here. And let's see, we go 9, 2, all these reversals, man. Okay. Yeah. Somewhere out there, right? You got this Knight of Swords, Queen of Pentacles energy. It's blocked, but it eventually leads to the King of Swords, which is a good card. It's spiritual wisdom and gnosis. It becomes trials and stuff like that. If you can get past these hurdles that you've had, I'm worried that, somebody's going to take advantage of me, like my stuff or my home. Pentacles is a lot of earth energy, a lot of grounded energy, right? And if you let go of shutting people out or open yourself to new ideas coming into you, and I know this sounds harsh, and I don't even know if you do this intentionally, but I would like you to step away and go, do I sometimes color my opinion of new people based on the past, right? Or am I coloring my current relationship based on a past relationship? Because then when you get over that again, then you got the King of Swords, and that's what I was looking for there. I want to see. Yeah, this is. Then you could rest. I do not like the picture. This is the best, but that's what the Nine of Wands is. You're going to find the relationship that you want to find, but you've got to open yourself up to it. You've got to, if you want romance, you can't be bitter. You can't be morose. You can't be guarded. You have to really let your heart feel, right? You got to open up your heart. And if it's been burned, which I get a sense that it might have been here, and we're going to come back to your oracle cards real quick because I want to talk about that. If you've been burned, it's real hard to get over that, right? And that's the thing about that's the thing about finding love after you've lost it, is you have to open your heart up again to it. And you need to, because that person that hurt you wasn't the love of your life. You just thought they were. The love of your life you've actually met in the spirit realm, and they're around you. They want to come into your life. You just need to let them. They might be there already. They really might be there already. Because you guys are already kind of like touching your consciousness is somewhere else. You're meant to be together. You're together in a different life. And that's why you have this romantic soul, because you're looking for this. Some people's duality. There's positive and negative energy. Your spirits are made of that, right? And you miss your negative when you're positive, or vice versa, right? And some people are really charged one way or the other. And so I hope that resonates with you, is that you miss that. You're not at you really want that back, and that other person wants that too. This person that you meet you guys are going to be dancing cheek to cheek and stuff, right? It's real awesome. It's real cool. But you got to open yourself up to it. And I understand how hard that can be. And I keep saying, open yourself up, because that just gives the vibe I get. And this is also again, this isn't just for the single folks out here. If you're in a relationship right now, ask yourself, are you really open to it? Are you allowing yourself as happy to be? Because, or is there something maybe that's missing there? And even if this hasn't resonated with you, and I'm sure it has if you've stuck around this long, I would still do something for your partner, even if you think everything's really good, because your relationship can be even better. It can be even more romantic, even more like sensual, but I don't mean just physical. I mean mentally and spiritually too. Like this really just powerful, timeless love. And it'd be really awesome. So you should open yourself up to it and let all that other bullshit go. And I hope that resonated for you. It's not a bad reading at all. It's a really good reading because you everything, there's no outside factors with this. This is all about you. So let it go and open your eyes, and boom, you'll find that just wonderful love that's just been staring you right in the face. All right. So I want to thank you guys very much for hanging out with me, my Count Dracula people. I hope it was worth it. If you liked what you heard, if it resonated with you, please comment down below and give me a like, because sometimes it's hard to tell on the energy of the cards and stuff like that. So when people tell me, hey, I did an awesome job, then I'm like, yeah, so I know it's working. You can find me at Dysfunctional Enlightenment on YouTube or Facebook. You can also find me at Lenny Graves on Facebook. And feel free to shoot me a friend request or give my page a like, any of that good stuff, or subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. I hope you guys have a wonderful night. And again, thanks for talking, or thanks for sitting down and let me talk at you. Take it easy, guys.